Okay, guys, good morning. We are super excited to be here with you today as we kick off the official 2017 version of Women Quit. Now, just to give you a little bit about this Telesummit, we have about 24 speakers that are going to be coming to you, giving you information on how you can best handle your life and quit doing some of the things that don't necessarily serve your purpose. And that's super important in the day and age that we live in. You have so many choices of what you could, would, should be doing, but are those things getting you to the next level? And if they're not, we need to quit it or we need to cut it. So if you guys have not registered, if you're watching live on Facebook, make sure you register, because if you're not registered, you won't receive the replays. You won't receive the amazing free gifts that our participants are going to be giving out. And you won't receive the opportunity to win a Dell laptop. So make sure you register at bit.ly/womenquit2017. We will be reminding you throughout this scope to make sure that you register, because I'm sure some lucky person needs that laptop and is going to be able to use that laptop. And so with no further ado, let me get to introducing our first Women Quit participant. Give me just a moment. So Jacqueline Smith of SLW Media Group is serving small business owners seeking funding for their businesses with the strategies and tools they need to obtain that funding with no credit check, no loans, and no repayments. And that's her topic today, which is fund your business with no credit check, no loans, and no repayment. This is especially impactful for those of you who have not yet started your small business. Then one of the number one questions I'm asked is, how do I get started? How do I get the funding to get started? How do I get the funding to grow my business? And so Jacqueline is going to help us with that today. And with no further ado, Jacqueline, the floor is yours.
Thank you so very much, Coach. I appreciate this opportunity, and I'm so excited to be the first speaker for this Women Quit Telesummit 2017. Thank you so very much. Thank you to all of you that are joining today to listen to the awesome speakers that you will have before you during this entire Telesummit. So with no further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started so you can start getting the information that you need to fund and grow your business using no loans, no credit checks, and no repayment. So want you to quit. What do I want you to quit? Want you to quit doing things alone. And that's what we're going to be talking about. So I'm going to share my screen in just a moment so that you can follow along, and we will go ahead and get started. Thank you so much. All right, thank you all for coming on in. So, quit doing things alone. And what are we going to be talking about? First of all, make sure you have your pens and papers ready. Get ready to ask some questions. Going to be before you for about 20-30 minutes or so. And then at the end, going to give you some information on how you can further get in touch with me for additional information if something is unclear or in order to move forward. So just a little bit about me. I have been a member of a national women's organization for about 32 years or so. In addition, I have over 25 years of experience in human resources, and I've been in the PTA for 8 years. And why is this important? This is important because, number one, don't sleep on your transferable skills. Until my awesomely amazing coach, Dawniel Winningham, actually gave me that nugget, I was like, really, what am I doing in this particular area? Well, honestly, for the past really 32 years in all of these capacities, I have been using sponsorship in one form or another. In my human resources career, talking to insurance companies, talking to our various vendors about providing us with the funding that we need to have our employee meetings, have our various conferences and retreats and workshops and things of that nature. So again, do not sleep on your transferable skills. And also, do not despise those small beginnings. Wherever you may be, you can still get started. So what is it that you are doing alone? You're trying to grow your business alone. You're not knowing where to start. You're missing money and you're doing it alone. But why? It's not necessary. It's totally not necessary with all of the assistance that's out there, with all of the collaboration that's out there, and with all of the other resources that are out there. Why? And again, why are you doing it alone? It's unnecessary. And 9 times out of 10, you're already doing the work. So why not get the assistance? Why not get what it is you need? Why should all of the funding have to come out of your pocket? Why should you take those business resources or those revenues from your business in order to further your business? Why not have it come from another source? So what are we talking about? We're talking about sponsorship. Sponsorship can take on any number of facets, any number of sponsors. Small businesses can sponsor large businesses. Small businesses can sponsor other small businesses. It runs the gamut of what sponsorship could look like for your business as you're looking to grow and as you're looking to actually get started. So get the help you need. Sponsorship requires no credit check. The funders or the sponsors are looking for you to provide a service for them in order to further market their businesses and their products and get their business name out there. So when they provide these funds, when they provide products and services for sponsorship, no credit check is required. It's not necessary because there's no loans. So that's the other thing. There are no loans, so no loans require no credit check. And there's no repayment because the funds that are provided are yours to use, again, for providing the service that you promised that particular sponsor. But then if there are any funds left over, you use them to continue to develop your products and services to grow your business. So that begs the question, why have you not gotten started up until this point? Now, there are a number of folks that I've spoken to that have heard about sponsorship, that may have taken a sponsorship course or two, but still have not gotten started. So why not? Unbelief. So many people just do not believe that sponsorship is a viable means, a viable mechanism, a viable way to get funding for your business. Why? Not sure. But again, it could be that the education or the information is not exactly what it is that was needed in order to move forward. Okay, we can take care of that and absolutely get you going, get you started in the right direction. That old darn procrastination rearing its ugly head once again. You may have the information, you may have received the education, but again, just have not gotten started, and you continue to not be able to move forward effectively for procrastination. Got to get rid of it. Got to let it go and do what it is that you need to do in order to get done what needs to get done. And then again, that fear and unbelief kind of going together, not really believing that sponsorship is an option, not really believing that sponsorship can work for your business. But you know what? If you haven't tried, how do you know it doesn't work? Or how can you not believe if you've not actually gone out there to make it happen or get something done? So why should you even consider sponsorship? Because you are missing out on major dollars. Worldwide, over 63 billion with a B, with a capital B, $63 billion of sponsorship available worldwide, and $23.2 billion just available in North America alone in sponsorship. Had someone ask me the other day, what one company is sponsoring $23.2 billion or $63 billion? It's not from one company. It's from the hundreds of thousands of millions of companies out there that are looking to also grow their businesses and leverage that through the use of other companies getting their message out to the masses or out to their particular target audience. So why should you consider sponsorship? Because if you don't, you're missing money. So what types of businesses can be sponsored? Virtually any type of business can be sponsored. It's funny, my Ishtan's sister, Kiara, and Coach joke all the time about those special snowflakes and folks, not or thinking that they are so special that their business, somehow falls outside of the norm. I could virtually take any business and identify for you how sponsorship can work for you and your business in order to move forward. Again, virtually any type of business. Of course, it needs to be legal, and it also needs to be something that someone can find value in. But if you're already in business, someone has found value in what it is that you do. So it's just a matter of being strategic. And that's what I do. I assist you in that strategy and finding out how your particular business can go about obtaining funding. But again, virtually any type of business can receive sponsorship or can use sponsorship. Now, there are some sponsorship myths out there, so we're going to address those just for a moment. One of the major myths is that for-profit businesses can't be sponsored, and nothing could be further from the truth. For-profit businesses can absolutely be sponsored. For-profit businesses receive sponsorship in any number of ways from their sponsors. And again, it's about providing that value. It's about identifying what that value is that you can bring to that particular sponsor to further your goals while also furthering the sponsor's goals. Your sponsor is not an ATM machine. So don't go to your sponsor with your hand out continually looking for additional funding once you've already inked that initial deal. There could be opportunity to expand that sponsorship or to have it renewed for several years, but don't go to the sponsor every 5 minutes saying, I need more, I need more, I need more, or where's the rest, where's more. Not good. That's a myth. Your sponsor is not an ATM machine. The next myth is that no work is involved. But if you really think about it, 9 times out of 10, you're already doing the work. So it really shouldn't be anything out of your way or out of the extraordinary in order for you to fulfill your sponsorship requirements. Because again, you're most likely doing it anyway. What types of business activities can be sponsored? Oh my gosh, virtually any type of business activity can be sponsored. You can get your retreats, your speaking engagements, you're writing a book, that can be sponsored. You're having a conference, that can be sponsored. You are virtually anything. Again, it takes that strategy, that identifying what it is that you're doing, what a sponsor might find valuable in order to get that particular activity sponsored for your business, but literally, virtually, and started. Well, the first thing you need to do is ask. If you are not sure, ask, get the assistance that you need, ask the questions, get started, and move forward. So that's how you get started. The first thing is to actually ask. Have you actually gone out, especially for those of you that may have heard about sponsorship, may have taken a sponsorship course or two, but still never did you actually ask? So that's key. So now we are up to question and answer period. I am going to stop the slideshow at the moment and go ahead and ask some answer some questions. It looks like we may have some in the chat box. And again, I do thank you for joining. So are there any questions with regard to how to go about getting started with sponsorship? Let's see what we've got here. All right. Well, again, yes. Does anyone have any questions with regard to how to get started, with regard to whether your particular business can be sponsored, with whether your particular business type of activity can be sponsored? Would it be best to start with local business or national business? Well, again, that would depend upon your particular type of business. So it's definitely something that we should have a conversation about, because depending upon who you're already serving, depending upon what your business is already doing, it's possible that you could obtain a national sponsor. But again, that's what the strategy goes into. The strategy goes into identifying who that potentially could be, and again, what it is that your business does, and who you serve, and who your potential sponsor serves as well. Question: how do you find sponsors? You look, you identify, again, what it is your business does, what business activity are you going to be involved in for which you need sponsors. So that would determine where you would look, or how you would look, or how you would identify what a potential sponsor would look like, or what a potential sponsor for your activity or for your business would be. Are social media followers required to obtain sponsorship? Not at all. You're not required to obtain sponsorship, but again, it is a way for you to fund your business, for you to continue to fund your social media activities.
So guys,
an example of...
Can I help real quick, Jacqueline? Jacqueline has been instrumental in leading the way in helping some of my upcoming events seek sponsorship. But you, as the business owner, you have to say to yourself, what connection does my business have with this potential sponsor? How would my business, my audience, and my crowd benefit from a connection with this sponsor? I see that LaTanya is on, and she has a furniture store. So what you have to think, I have a furniture store. Who needs furniture? People that have new houses. Let me go to some of these builders and ask for sponsorship. And it could be a two-way street where you provide some furniture for their model homes, and in exchange, they advertise your furniture business. You, as the business owner, and I say this every day, you are not exonerated from thinking. You got to think. That's not Jacqueline's job. Jacqueline's going to tell you, hey, look for businesses whose goal aligns with your goal. A builder would align with your goal. Why? Because when they build in big old houses, they're going to need furniture in those houses. So you start reaching out to builders saying, hey, are you able to sponsor me, my event? Maybe you have a new furniture event and they bring in people who just bought houses and they're a sponsor. So you have to think, what business has the same target audience that I have? And if you don't have a target audience, you got a big problem. Go ahead, Jacqueline.
Thank you, Coach. Absolutely. And that's really where that's the number one place that you start, is you identify what it is that you do and what potential sponsors out there, or what other types of businesses align with what you do. That's really where you get started. But again, if you need some additional specific assistance, you can absolutely find me. Go to bit.ly/askSponsorLadyJ. We can certainly have a conversation, have several courses and workshops and retreats and conferences coming up. So we can definitely have a conversation about what sponsorship means to your specific business or your particular business.
Okay, guys, we're back at it again. And I'm gonna keep saying this. And I know you guys say, oh, Coach is tough and Coach don't want to answer the questions. It's not that. It's exactly what Kiera says all the time. You are not a special snowflake. What works for one business will work for all of your businesses. Is that bit.ly/askSponsorLadyJ? Is that the right bit.ly, Jacqueline? Okay, that's right. bit.ly/askSponsorLadyJ. But here's the thing, you're just scratching the surface of sponsorship. And no, Glory, you don't have to have a business plan, but you do have to have a sponsorship proposal. You can either try to write it yourself and miss the money, or you can hire Jacqueline and catch the money. You know, here's the thing about money. You don't know what you don't know. A lot of you, and she started this presentation saying, don't do this by yourself. And if you guys haven't shared this video on Facebook, please share, because this is valuable information that we want women to know. We want women to know that you have to quit playing small, because there's money out there to help you grow your business. But I gave you guys a viable example, and then you came back and said, hey, well, what about this business? What about this business? It applies for all businesses. One of the things you probably need to sit and do is brainstorm who has an alignment with your business. But again, Jacqueline has workshops. Do you have sponsorship letter templates, Jacqueline, that you offer for sale?
I do.
So somebody asked, Sean asked, how do you ask for sponsorship? Through a letter, in person, what wording do you use? Go to bit.ly/ask-sponsor-Lady-J, set up you some time to speak with Jacqueline, and she'll help you. So for tea cakes and seasonings, do I seek restaurants? Who has an interest in sponsoring your tea cakes? What about a coffee company? Because when I think tea cakes, I think I'm gonna need something to drink. When you think seasonings, what about a barbecue company? Because when I think seasonings, or a meat company or a meat market, because when I think seasonings, I think you're gonna need something to put it on. But guys, you gotta think. You have got to think, and you have got to know your business. You got to know your target audience. Christine says, I want to get started on writing my book. How would I go about it? I actually have a book writing course. This kind of has nothing to do with sponsorship, but you ask the question. If you go to bit.ly/getmadmoney, I have an ebook writing course, but it's just like Jacqueline said at the beginning, you've got to ask for help. No, Deborah, you're fine. We're asking women to quit, but this knowledge is good for anybody. So any man that's on here, you're more than welcome. We're not going to say nothing nasty or private about men. The conference, this is, again, knowing your target. The conference is designed for women, but the information is money. And so it ain't black, it ain't white, it ain't male, it ain't female. It is money, it's green. Angela Burrell said, homeless shelter for veterans. Do you have recommendations? What companies have big veteran programs? Banks are veteran friendly. There are a lot of corporations that are veteran friendly. Michelle said, can I get sponsorship for house cleaning services? Yes, you're not a special snowflake. Look at cleaning products, Clorox, Pine Sol. What do it take to clean a house? See, here's what it boils down to. If you can't think outside of the box, get with Jacqueline and at least get the sponsorship templates, or set up a call with her. The money you invest in hiring Jacqueline will potentially bring you thousands of sponsorship dollars. Stop thinking you can do. She started this off by saying, you cannot do this by yourself. You cannot do this by alone. Paulette said, I'm a life coach. Could I get sponsors for workshops? Yes. Yes. What kind of life coach are you? Because there are a million different kinds. So if you're a life coach that teaches self-esteem, you could possibly get sponsorship dollars from makeup companies. You could possibly get makeup dollars from skincare company. I know Dove does a good job of sponsoring workshops for women to care for themselves. But listen to me. This is what Jacqueline specializes in. And this is where the rubber always hits the road. Are you willing to make the investment to learn how to make more money? Are you willing to make the investment to learn how to get sponsorship? You've got to lift a finger if you want help. She has studied for going on 2 years, and utilized sponsorship for years and years. She has invested to learn sponsorship. So if you want to learn sponsorship, you have to invest as well. And she's only going to charge you a small percentage of what she invested. How do you say it? How is sponsorship different from a Kickstarter or Indiegogo? You have to know your terminology. Kickstarter and Indiegogo is crowdfunding. That's not a sponsorship. It's not. bit.ly/ask-sponsor-Lady J. And that's right, Angela said, this is so much wealth of information, great presentation, need to network to bring my business to fruition. That's absolutely true. But again, set up some time. For those of you who are serious about sponsorship, set up some time with Jacqueline so that she can walk you through sponsorship. But y'all was asking so many of the same questions. Coach had to step in. I'm sorry, Jacqueline. I'm going to go back on you. Go ahead, Jacqueline. I'm
You are fine. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes. Again, as Coach said, if you're looking to get started, if you're looking for those specific strategies and how to go about doing it, let me know. bit.ly/ask-sponsor-Lady J will get you going so that you don't have to stay on the struggle bus. Why should all of the funding come out of your pocket? It's not necessary. It doesn't have to. Get off the struggle bus and let's go. Thank you so much.
And guys, I want to remind you, I have an amazing course starting on March 4th, bit.ly/money-to-quit. If you have not looked at this course as a way for you to quit struggling, quit living paycheck to paycheck, quit running around doing stuff for free, the course is $1,000. There are payment options available. But I talked to somebody on the phone this morning. I'm not going to mention their name or their age, but they said, I've been where I am for a long time. And my response to them was, are you ready to go? And if you're truly ready to go, then you're going to do something different. And that is the truth of the matter. For those of you who are truly ready to go, whether it's make more money, go to bit.ly/money-to-quit and sign up for the course, or whether it's, you need sponsorship to take your business to the next level, go to bit.ly/ask-sponsor-Lady J. But as I said earlier, you must lift a finger in order to see change. You must lift a finger. You've got to do something, or change is not going to come. Anything you want to say to close us out, Jacqueline?
I just want to thank you all so very much for, again, joining this morning. And thank you so very much, Coach, for this particular opportunity. And like I said, come on, folks, $63 billion worldwide available. Don't sleep on it. Get going. Despise not those small beginnings, and don't sleep on those transferable skills. Hit me up. Let's go.
So guys, up next, we have Chrissy Burrell. We're gonna log out and log back in so that we can restart. I'm gonna see if there's a way for me to do it without me leaving Facebook, but I may have to leave Facebook. So look for the next live feed if that's true. But up next, we have Chrissy Burrell. She helps clients with marketing goals and strategies, in addition to helping them address personal internal issues that prevent them from starting, growing, and or expanding their business. And so if that's something, I know everybody, how many people want to grow their business? How many people want to expand their business? How many people want to start a business? So I'm sure everybody needs that information. So let me see how we can maneuver this. Hold on. Let me see if Chrissy, let me go ahead and end this link and get in the new link. Okay, guys, does everybody have the next link to log on? If you don't have it, check your email, but I'm going to go ahead and end this link, and we'll be right back, guys, on Facebook Live. One more thing, if you're interested in being a presenter like Jacqueline was today, we'll have that link for you today for you to be a presenter for our International Women's Day webinar that's going to be March 7th 8th, and 9th. So if you're interested, it's not free. There is an investment because we market these events heavily. But if you're interested, let us know. Give us just a moment, and we'll be right back on Facebook.